is September 27, 2017, and we find ourselves trackside along CN's Edson subdivision. I had arrived with just enough time to set up as CN Q105 came rolling through Carville. The hamlet of Carville is located west of Edmonton and is the eastern end of double track from Wabamun. 105 is now clear of the single track between Spruce Grove and Carville, meaning the grain train on the north track can now begin to pull eastward, heading for Walker Yard in Edmonton. We have now moved west of Wabamun onto the single track and are awaiting CN Q108. When waiting for a train at this location, you can usually hear them working around the lake as they approach. Today's 108 would feature 2903 on the head end and 2304 shoving on the tail into Wabamun. The next location will be Fallis on the north shore of Wabamun Lake, where we find M309, a mixed freight running from Edmonton to Coquitlam. This train will provide some unique power in the form of CN 2430 and IC 1011. The date is now September 30th, 2017, and we are back trackside on the Edson Subdivision, this time at Entwistle. Upon arrival, an intermodal was approaching with 2830 on the head end and 2821 mid-train. To the right in this shot is the location of the new Pinnacle pellet plant. The groundwork has begun for the new siding to service the plant, but is still a ways away from being completed. Once 2830 had passed, it was off to the lobstick S-curve to shoot a train in either direction. The crossing here is located right in the middle of the S-curve and provides good angles for curve shots in either direction. First up would be 2960 heading east, with 3056 acting as the tail DPU. A417 would be waiting at Evansburg for 2960, and it is 417 that would be the next train to roll through the S-curve, with 2325 and 2146 providing the head-end power, and 2129 as the mid-train DPU. We are back in Entwistle at the same crossing as before. This time I've set up down the road for a longer range shot. As 2923 leads yet another intermodal over the crossing, I am appreciating the colors on the trees. The back roads around here can get messy after a rainfall. Luckily for me, it had been dry for a while, so I decided to check out a few of the crossings east of Entwistle. I ended up settling on a crossing at mile 63.25. About 30 minutes after arrival, G847 began to make its presence known, working hard through a slow order. CN 2966, 3048, and 3085 will provide the power for this heavy grain train. It is amazing how much difference 4 days can make. It is now October 4th, and we are on the Camrose subdivision near New Sarepta. There's a layer of snow on the ground, and the trees have lost most of their color. The approaching train is CNQ 115, an intermodal that runs from Toronto to Calgary. Providing the power for today's train are CN 2924, 2864, and 8011. Heading back into Edmonton, it seems as though we've gone back a week in the season, as the trees here still have their leaves and there is no snow on the ground. Passing under Baseline Road, we see CNL 518 heading south in the Camrose sub with some old school power. CN 9666 leads the train, while 5350 trails. The horn on 9666 has had better days.
Mile 92.05 this time, not 5. Miles per hour,
We would catch the train once again as it passed just south of White Mud Drive. The grass is still green here, and the warm sun makes it feel more like spring.